So I just wanted to give some narration on this clip. This is a clip of my Penguin crash about 2 weeks ago. I've done a pretty thorough pre-flight by this point. The launch looks normal. Pre-flight generally includes looking at the battery level, making sure that's topped off, making sure the signal strength and the satellite GPS gets locked up, making sure all the control surfaces work, making sure the stabilization module controls the surfaces in the right direction. Just a basic, general, very thorough pre-flight before I launch. So at this point, everything looked pretty good, and I'm just flying around. So I'm actually flying around a glider port. The glider port doesn't usually get active until 10 or 11. That's when the glider guys start flying. So at this point, my goal here is I really like to work up to a flight that's beyond 2 miles. I had a crash last year at about a 2-mile mark, and I thought I had learned a lot about longer range FPV flying, but apparently I still have some things to figure out. So I've got an alarm set at 1,200 feet. That's why the distance is flashing. The unusual thing here too is it looks like the altitude display is off. But other than that, everything looks pretty good. I'm flying out. I'm flying the Easy OSD plus the Easy UHF control system. It's been absolutely rock solid to this point. But as we'll see here in a few minutes, things really got hinky quickly. So I'm still flying around. I'm off the north end of the runway, what my plan here is to get out over a little country road and essentially start heading west. And my goal was to get somewhere between 1 and 1.5 miles out and then come back home. And as you'll see, as I get further out, around 1.1 miles or so, the signal just drops off like crazy. Now I'm flying a 200 milliwatt setting on my UHF, Easy UHF transmitter, which did a little research. I would have thought maybe that would have taken me out a little further. I do have a diversity receiver, but only one antenna is hooked up, and I did verify that the antenna that's hooked up is in fact the one that the receiver is looking at. So I don't think it was an issue that I was looking at the port or the antenna input that didn't have an antenna attached to it. I've had this plane out to about a mile before. Today I didn't really feel like I pushed that hard, but I did go over a mile a little bit. So right now you can see I'm creeping up on a mile, and things look pretty good. The single strength looks good, and you'll see as I cross over the mile point, the signal just really starts to bounce in and out. And I don't know if it's a polarization issue. I try to hold the transmitter antenna parallel to or at right angles to the aircraft. I'm flying, as far as video goes, video has been rock solid. I've been flying 2 receivers with an Oracle diversity box between them. One antenna is a right-hand circular polarized antenna, and the other one is a 5-turn helical. So now you can see the signal on the right is really starting to drop off. It's bouncing around, and it's consistently, below almost 50%, it seems like. So we're creeping up here on a mile, and as we go past a mile, things just really get bad very quickly. So there's a mile. And then as you can see, once we go past about 1.1 miles, things really go bad very, very fast, which I'm not sure if that's typical. I don't know if the signal degrades gradually or if it's like going off the end of a cliff. So here we are at 1.1 miles, and we're going to start seeing the signal just drop off like crazy here. And the plane's going to go in and out of failsafe. So there's one failsafe. And then it comes back for a minute, or rather a couple seconds, and then this is it. I think it hit that house, but I'm not sure. It didn't do any property damage. Anyway, thanks so much for watching.